Dhaka to pursue Hasina's extradition from India, Dr. Yunus tells The Hindu. Layout election roadmap to restore trust, Fakrul polls soon after most essential reforms, Asif Nazrul. High Court orders forming high-level inquiry committee to re-evaluate Adani-powered deals. Assalamu alaikum, this is Chaudhry Sama, welcoming you all to evening news. You have just heard the Crown 7 headlines, now let's move on to the details. Bangladesh will pursue the extradition of fallen autocrat Sheikh Hasina from India, Chief Advisor Dr. Mohammad Yunus has told The Hindu. He admitted, however, that he had no objection to her party, the Awami League, contesting elections. In an exclusive interview with The Hindu at his residence in Dhaka, published online on Monday, Yunus spelled out his vision for ties with India and plans for reform. The chief advisor defended his government's record in 100 days in office and called reports on the alleged rise of radicalism and safety of the nation's Hindus and other minorities propaganda. Stating that people have started suspecting the intentions of the interim government, BNP Secretary General Mirza Kamal Islam has urged it to provide an election roadmap to maintain public confidence. Speaking at a discussion, he also called on the advisers of the government to refrain from misleading people with their unguarded remarks. He added that their party has already presented a 31-point reform proposal prepared with other democratic parties, which would be sufficient to ensure a healthy democratic atmosphere in Bangladesh. They have proposed reforms. From there, the government can decide which ones to adopt and which ones to reject. But ultimately, the real task is to hold the elections after reconstituting the Election Commission, Fakrul said.
এদের কারণে কিন্তু আপনার রাজনৈতিক অভিজ্ঞতা নেই সরকারের লোক যারা আছেন তারা অনেক সময় অনেক রকম কথা বলছেন কথা বলে বিভ্রান্তি সৃষ্টি করছেন ফোকাস একটাকে করুন সেই ফোকাসটা হচ্ছে ইলেকশন কমিশনকে ঠিক করে প্রশাসনকে ঠিক করে বিচার ব্যবস্থাকে ঠিক করে নির্বাচনের দিকে যান বাকিগুলো যারা নির্বাচিত হয়ে আসবে তারা করবে আমরা তো এটাও বলেছি যে নির্বাচিত হয়ে আসতে পারলে আমরা একা দেশ চালাবো না আমরা একটা জাতীয় সরকারের মধ্যে সমস্ত দলগুলোকে নিয়ে যারা আমাদের সঙ্গে আন্দোলন করেছে তাদেরকে নিয়ে আমরা দেশ চালাবো তো সমস্যাটা কোথায় সন্দেহটা কোথায় সন্দেহ কিন্তু আপনাদের উপর মানুষ আসতে শুরু করেছে
Law advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul has said the elections will be held as soon as possible after making some essential reforms. The interim government will conduct the elections as soon as possible after making some of the most essential reforms. They do not want a repeat of the fake elections like before, nor do they want anyone to win, and they have the opportunity to conduct another sham election, he told reporters during a press conference at the Secretariat today. He said most of those in the interim government are eager to return to their professions as soon as possible. Asif Nazrul said the interim government is set to introduce the proposed Cyber Protection Act to replace the existing Cyber Security Act. The amended International Crimes Tribunal Act is also ready to be approved by the Advisory Council, the advisor added.
যেই আইনের মাধ্যমে সাইবার সিকিউরিটি একটা বাতিল হবে সেই আইনেই একটা বিধান রেখেছি স্পিচ অফেন্সের সকল মামলা রহিত হয়ে যাবে ঢালাও মামলা হচ্ছে সরকার কিন্তু মামলা করছে না ব্যক্তি পর্যায়ে ঢালাও মামলা হচ্ছে মামলার নামে আপনার বাণিজ্য করা হচ্ছে হয়রানি করা হচ্ছে তো যারা হয়রানির শিকার হচ্ছে তাদের জন্য বিরাট একটা প্রতিকারের সুযোগ সৃষ্টি হবে
Assistant Secretary General of the Commonwealth affirmed today the organization will provide full support to ensure free, fair and transparent elections in Bangladesh. After meeting with the Electoral Reform Commission at the Election Commission office, Professor Louis Gabriel Franceschi expressed optimism about ongoing reform efforts led by a skilled team of experts. These reforms will be implemented, paving the way for a brighter future for Bangladesh, he told reporters.
We give recommendations and it's always a challenge to implement those recommendations. We have had very good discussions with the Commission, and well, we are certain that you have such a brilliant team of experts here pushing for reforms, and that those reforms will be implemented in the new dispensation, and Bangladesh will be a success story for the Commonwealth and for the whole world.
Some banks are recovering well and others may continue to struggle, but no banks will be shut down, said Finance Advisor Salahuddin Ahmed today. Corrections are being made to address the negative syndromes in the banking sector. Islami Bank, the largest bank, is recovering. The interim government has no intention of closing any banks, he said, while addressing a press conference in the Finance Ministry conference room at the Secretariat. The High Court has ordered the formation of a high-level inquiry committee with international energy experts and international law experts as its members to re-evaluate all electricity-related agreements with India's Adani Group. The bench of Justice Farah Mahbub and Justice Debashish Roy Chaudhary gave the order today after hearing a writ petition. The Cabinet Secretary has been ordered to form the committee within a month and submit the report to the court within the next 2 months. The court also issued a rule asking why instructions should not be given to cancel the lopsided agreements made with the Adani Group. In addition, the court has asked for the documents of the bargaining that took place during the inking of the agreement within a month. A 25-year power purchase agreement was signed with Adani in 2017. At that time, no imported coal-based power plant was started in Bangladesh. Electricity is supplied to Bangladesh from Adani 1,600 megawatt power plant. The Adani power costs Bangladesh about Taka 12 per unit, that is 27% higher than the rate of India's other private producers and as much as 63% more than India's state-owned plants. A Dhaka court today placed former Food Minister Kamal Islam on an 8-day remand in a case lodged over the murder of trader Abdul Wadud. Dhaka Additional Metropolitan Magistrate Ziadur Rahman passed the order after police produced Kamrul before the court and sought 10 days to grill him in the case. He was arrested by police from a house in Uttara Sector 12 last night. Leaders of a faction of Tablighi Jamaat led by Indian cleric Maulana Saad Khandalvi have submitted a memorandum to the Chief Advisor demanding permission for Maulana Saad to attend the Bishr Ijtima. The memorandum was received by the Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam on behalf of the advisor, highlighting the non-political and peaceful nature of Tablighi Jamaat's activities. The memorandum mentioned that this global effort originated nearly a century ago from the Nizamuddin Bangalwali Mosque in Delhi under the leadership of Hazrat Maulana Ilyas. Residents of St. Martin's Island staged a protest wearing burial shrouds and blocking a road at Cox's Bazar's Dolphin intersection in opposition to government restrictions on tourist access and stays. The demonstration began with islanders forming a human chain and demanding immediate action to address their plight. The government's decision to limit tourist access sparked outrage among the island's 10,000 residents, those livelihood depend almost entirely on tourism. Local business owners and workers claim the restrictions threaten their survival. Now, international news. The US has stressed its support for peaceful protests worldwide and expressed concerns over reports of violence in Bangladesh following attacks on a political gathering of the Awami League and subsequent unrest targeting women, minorities and journalists. During a press briefing, US State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller addressed this concern, stating, "Washington has made clear to the government of Bangladesh, as they make clear to countries all around the world, that they support the right to peaceful protest and that in no way should any government engage in violent crackdowns on peaceful protests." The US has consistently urged the Bangladeshi government to uphold democratic values and ensure the protection of fundamental rights, including press freedom and the safety of religious and ethnic minorities. Before ending, let's have a look on the Crown 7 headlines once again. Dhaka to pursue Hasina's extradition from India, Dr. Yunus tells The Hindu. Lay out election roadmap to restore trust for crew post soon after most essential reforms, Asif Nazrul. High Court orders forming high-level inquiry committee to re-evaluate Adani power deals. And that's all from the news for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvpd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shonda Khabor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good day.